everyone, and welcome to an all-new episode of well, it's not an episode, but it's a short video of the Anination podcast. Nate's here, Meet's here. Well, happy July, everybody.
What is up, y'all? I hope y'all are having a fantastic June. Hope y'all had a fantastic June because we're approaching the end of June and we're approaching to July.
Yeah, July, the middle of summer now. Oh my God, yeah. Actually, to be fair, I think July is just getting a lot of crazy events that's going on, especially July 4th. It's Independence Day. Everyone's going out doing their barbecues and celebrate with fireworks.
One thing to note is that July is peak summer, which means the summer is going to get hot. So don't forget to put on your sunscreen. Enjoy your fun on the beach.
Don't remind me. I've had a couple of trips heading my way in July too. So wish me luck going down to Los Angeles for Anime Expo to say.
Quote unquote.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to Anime Expo. I'm going to a baseball game in during July 4th weekend. Unfortunately, is the team that Omid hates. So
why? Out of all the stadiums to host the event, why that?
Because Dodgers and HoloLive, HoloLive, and plus, you got to thank the Shark Girl for the Dodgers winning the World Series.
No,
unfortunately, the Shark Girl is gone because she graduated, but then the Octopus Girl is now going to be a part of the Dodgers night. HoloLive night. I can't wait for that. So
yeah, hey, I hope you had fun. I hope you have fun despite the venue.
Hey, the venue's neat. I've been telling everybody the venue's neat. You have to go out there for yourself. Check it out because it's one of the older stadiums in in MLB. So I say go check it out if you can, but I know you won't because you're a Giant fan. So
yeah, no, not a chance in hell, man. Even if I do step foot in that abomination of a stadium, I know for a fact that we get tackled, get booed, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the people, I'm just bring it,
No, I mean, you heard about those news, right? Where people get punched in the face. I think there was that one newscast where a Giants fan who visited the Dodger Stadium got punched in the face and got hospitalized.
There are brutal fans everywhere, so you gotta watch out.
No, I get it, but I believe there's a lot of anime weeaboo fans that are probably gonna be there too. So if they're gonna punch me, then they hate Ina, and then they're probably not HoloLive fans.
Yeah. Hey.
Do you have any July 4th plans yourself, or?
Not necessarily. I think it's more July 4th. Well, by the time July 4th hits, it would be the end of my camp counselor position. So I'm just going to be lay back and chill for the July weekend.
Oh, really? So it's just nothing much planning up? No barbecue parties to go to or anything?
I mean, I'll ask my mom and her boyfriend if they are doing a barbecue outside our backyard. Just a little barbecue, the three of us, but that's really about it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, bring some other friends too. Who knows?
Other than that, I don't really plan to do anything big during that weekend.
Okay, yeah.
To be honest.
Also, be careful with the fireworks because sometimes fireworks get too loud out here. So
yeah, and they get loud up to a point where they spook your ears. So watch out.
Well, I feel bad for the dogs because the dogs always get scared of the fireworks. So
I know, once the fireworks hit, the dogs do bark, and dogs are sensitive to these loud noises.
I remember my dog before she passed away. I remember when fireworks continue to happen around our neighborhood, she's just hiding in a corner somewhere. We're kind of where's my dog? Where's my dog? And she's just hiding in a corner. I'm yeah, I know they're sensitive and stuff like that. So yeah, it's probably gonna be the worst night for dogs everywhere. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, let's go ahead and catch up. How you been? Go. How's it been since the last time we met up?
Since last time we met up, things have been relatively good so far. Of course. I went to see Elia with my friend on Juneteenth because Juneteenth was my day off. And yeah, I had a lot of time with my friend, a fun time with my friend, pizza, movies, and then we played Mario Kart World with a bunch of our friends. It was all good. But however, I want to announce some good news today. Today is actually the day that I got a certificate of completion for a job training course that I've been taking for AI administrative assistance.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
And it was definitely a class worth taking. I learned a whole bunch, and it's definitely something that's going to help enhance my resume.
All right. Yeah, that's really good to hear because, you've been out of a job for quite some time. So
yeah, this was definitely a good time. This was a good way for me to spend my unemployment was learning a job training course that could help me with my future jobs.
All right. So hopefully this helps out. That's something to put on your resume too, that you have that, what was it? The training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna help. But anyway, how about you?
Last Saturday I stayed up till 1 in the morning to watch Awkwars. You've seen this little thing in the middle here. She's one of the members of Awkwars. If you're a big Love Live fan, you'll know who Awkwars is. I've been a fan of theirs since 2015 or something like that. Oh no, 2015. 2015 is when they started Love Live Sunshine. And again, I was a huge fan of them. I didn't really go to their concerts because they're all in Japan, but when they went to Anime Expo, I wanted to go down there as much as possible. I went to their 2017 show, 2018 show, 2019 show. I went to so many of their shows because, it's fun to see them perform. Doing a live in LA was just epic as well because you're there at downtown LA. There's a concert hall right there, the Nokia Theater. And then you just see a bunch of Love Live fans just lining up, getting merchandise, and you're just palling around with other Love Live fans. And I was really happy to be with them.
Nice.
So that was great back then. And then in 2025, that's when their final live happened, and of course it was their final performance, and I had to be there for it. Obviously it was in Japan, but the convention that I went to was Offkai Expo, and they had a showing for the concert, a live showing. So I don't know how they hooked it up, but they had somebody from Bandai Namco said, "Hey, we can give you the concert. Can you do all this and that?" The concert was shown over at Offkai Expo. I was there for it. I didn't even buy the ticket, by the way. I don't need to buy a ticket. I just went there just to watch the show. And yeah, I was loving the performance. It was just absolutely awesome. Just seeing the girls perform one last time. Yes, it is 1 in the morning here when I watched it, but the concert was long. It went through so many of their songs. They made so many songs, by the way. Some of their bangers, some of them from the anime, and then of course they edited the whole thing with an encore, and then the whole audience gets to be have a rainbow effect on their pen lines, which I thought was just absolutely amazing. Just we did that in LA too. Nice. So the pen light thing was awesome, and then they went out for their encore. Then they sang the first 2 songs of Awkwars, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna hurt me. What made it worse was the fact that the performers were also crying as well, and I'm like, no. Oh, so I was tearing up at them too because they were I can also hear it in their voices when they were singing. They're cracking their voices were cracked and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I think they're cracking up too. Oh no. Oh man. It's just so sad to see Awkwars go because they made so many great stuff, great music. What was it? The animes were awesome. The movie was awesome for Love Live Sunshine. And then of course the Yohane Parilian what was it? The Isekai anime came out as well, and that was also pretty good as well. Nonetheless, again, huge Love Live fan. I just remember driving out of the convention center at 5 in the morning, and the sun was about to go. And the sun was about to rise. I'm like, oh it's this late. Yeah. So, if anything, I mean, I was prepared for it. I wasn't even sleepy. When I went back home, I started to feel being sleepy. So.
Well, glad you had a fun late night experience.
I know it was crazy, crazy for me to actually do something at 1 in the morning, but it is for Love Live. It is for something that I've cherished for over 10 years now. So, and I think this is kind of my final send off for Awkwars, considering I'm not a fan. I'm not really a big fan of Ichigazaki, which is the next generation, and Layla, which is the generation after that, and another Love Live group that was after that. So, Awkwars was my final talk with Love Live. So that's why. Because I'm growing up, I'm getting older, plus all my money is not really going on Awkwars, it's going to other things now. I'm being a more of a responsible adult than spending more on figures and stuff like that. So
adulting.
Yeah, it's very much adulting. So it's kind of it's a send off for me, saying this is your final time watching Love Live overall. So I thought it was kind of this is my final way to say goodbye to Awkwars, to Muse, which was the first Love Live group that I loved, and yeah, it's great. It's just was awesome. Yeah, it was an awesome night. Yeah.
Glad you had fun with it, man.
Yeah. So, and also Offkai Expo is actually pretty good. It's now at the San Jose Convention Center, so it's actually a much bigger venue than what they had over at the San Francisco venue, to say. So,
cool.
Yeah, I might go back to Offkai Expo because it was a great convention. It was fun because I met all of my friends over there. And who knows? I might actually staff there. It's pretty fun to be behind the scenes, seeing what's going on in Off-Guy Expo.
And plus, you've had staffing experience before, so
Yeah,
I
I
think you
mean,
can
like,
nail it.
would you ever consider that, like yourself staffing for a convention?
Maybe in the future.
Because like you get your badge comped, you get perks, you know.
It kind of depends on whether or not I had the time to do it, whether or not I yearn to go to this convention and staff for them.
I mean, like, it's kind of more like, okay, I've been a fan for this convention for years. Why don't I actually work for them? You know? Yeah. So, something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also watched Elio yesterday. I must say this. Elio, despite the numbers that people have been talking about, saying that it's like very underwhelming or like it didn't really reach the money that it was supposed to reach. The people are saying it's like a big disappointment or something, but it's a good movie. It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I watched it with my friend, and while I would agree that Elio isn't one of Pixar's best movies, I would say above average.
Okay, so
I'm saying
I would say, like, look, it's hard to do so, especially if it's an original movie, because like you're not gonna hit Toy Story peak, okay?
It's above average. I would say
there's no movie in Pixar history that could probably say like this could beat out Up or this could beat out Toy Story.
Even with an above average movie like Elio, like it deserved to make more money in the box office than actually did.
I know, and I'm kind of hoping that it gets through the whole Elemental thing, like what they did 2 years ago when Elemental ended up actually like becoming good all of a sudden. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a trend thing where like they don't want to watch it they want to watch the original movie first, but then after the reviews come out, then they'll probably watch it.
Yeah, I just hope that the reviews are enough to boost the box office of Elio, because I really do enjoy Elio, and I feel really bad for the movie that it didn't start off strong.
Yeah, because like Elio was really good. Like there's been moments where like me and Jess ended up actually like almost tearing up. So
yeah, when Elio hits you, it hits you hard.
Yeah, because like I know that you're talking about Elemental and you were talking about Elemental and Elio like between both of each other like during pre-show and stuff. You're telling me like there's two different stories in the movies. Like Elemental is both romance, and then Elio is like family romance. So
family love, not family romance, family love.
Maybe independence too, because like it's a kid who's like he's a loner because he has his own world and stuff, and then they're believers of his world when he got beamed up all the way to that multiverse thing.
As we were watching the movie, we were thinking Elio shares very similar parallels to Lilo and Stitch when you think about it.
Well, Lilo is not that crazy compared to Elio to me, because like Elio was like one of those weirdos that said like, hey, I want to be beamed up. That's the reason why like every day he goes out to the beach to be beamed up or something.
They're not 100% similar, obviously, but what Lilo went through is similar to what Elio was going through. On that they both.
So she was a loner too. Well, kind of.
They're both loners, and not to mention they're both grief. They're both coming to terms with the fact that their parents died as well.
Yeah,
they're both dealing with similar deaths.
Although
in the family.
To be fair, for Elio, like he had nowhere to go except for that person, because just a heads up, Elio's Elio's like parent that you see, it's Elio's an aunt. It's an aunt. Yes, so it's not actually anybody related to to his family. So it's like a different branch of the family in this case versus Lilo, who literally just has his sister. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is that both of them in their own ways show that like their parental figures doesn't have to be their parents themselves. They could be an older family figure.
Yeah, I mean, there's that story as well, but I mean, I still think that Elio definitely was really up there a little bit. I wouldn't say peak, but it's more like, an above average movie. I say as good as Elemental to say. So
I say above average too. I would put Elemental slightly above Elio just because Elemental had one of the best romance stories ever told.
Also, like the animation was absolutely good.
Yeah,
for Elemental.
The animation was fluid.
Yeah, because they did a really good job with the animation, and they have to really do it well considering its elements. So yeah, and then for Elio, it's just just aliens and humans that you can make.
Yeah, alien adventures and all, but however, it really does hit you in the heartstrings. Elio has a lot of heart.
Yeah, it does. I mean, God, that was a really great movie. I would say good movie, but like, there is the next movie coming out for Disney Pixar, you did see the end credit. Yeah, you did see the thing past the end credit, right? Where Hopper's is the next movie coming out.
Yeah, yeah. They teased that Hopper would be the next movie, but I have to ask, where was the blooper reel? Because we were promised a blooper reel for Elio.
Oh, you're right. I don't know.
They lied to us.
Oh, they lied to us.
Pixar duped us big time.
They did give a mid-credit scene though.
They did, but it's not the same.
That was kind of telling me there's a 2 coming out for Elio. Oh, great.
We didn't need a Hopper's teaser, okay? We just needed Elio characters to do their basic shenanigans, do bloopers, like how it was in Monsters Inc., Toy Story 2, and Bugs Life. Like, where was that, Pixar? Why didn't you put that?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that, or they just didn't put it in the final reel. I don't know. They supposed to put that.
Seriously.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that too.
Like, if you're not gonna put in blooper reels, then don't tell us you're putting in blooper reels.
Yeah, I know. But either way, again, the movie is still good. Maybe the blooper reel might be happening in the extras. Maybe just watch it on Disney Plus, and the extras will probably have it. I don't know.
Hopefully, I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, they might have it. So yes, we are going to say goodbye to June, and June was Pride Month. So we wanted to showcase. Yeah, I mean, like, yes, we didn't really talk a lot when it comes to Pride. Some sort of things that represent Pride and all. But I just noticed that there was a book that just came out literally late May. And that was the Loudest and Proudest graphic novel, which is right there on the table that we have here.
And right over here next to the book is the bisexual queen herself, Luna Loud.
So I don't know if you guys have read this book, but this book has a bit amazing, actually. I don't know if you read the Kevin Sullivan foreword.
Kevin Sullivan foreword touched my heart. It basically said that this comic just screams LGBT plus community. Loud House has always been about embracing LGBT and all that stuff. It's just so endearing.
Yeah,
so touching.
So they have a lot of great stories with it, by the way. I mean, like, what is it? You have like Luna and Sam having a double date with Lori and Bobby. A lot of Luna and Sam stuff here, by the way.
And also, not to mention, not just Luna and Sam, but also there's also some Becky and Dodge stories as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, they actually represent Casa Grandes because there was a lesbian couple in the Casa Grandes, which is Dodge and Becky. Yes. There's actually 2 stories in here that was Dodge and Becky, which I thought was pretty sick.
And not only that, but they also show other kinds of people in the LGBT community. They show trans characters, femboy characters, non-binary characters.
Yeah, so like there's some old stories that are from all previous graphic novels, which is cool. But yes, they have new stories in here as well, kind of like confirming a couple things here. We do get to see Clyde's dad's having a little panic attack with Clyde. We do get to see what's his name? A Dana Dufresne episode, because like Dana Dufresne, remember, he was Donnie Dufresne before Dana Dufresne, so we have transgender representation in this book.
That's exactly what I mean, like LGBT community, all kinds.
And I thought it was just really awesome to see that. And then you also get to see Lola hang out, like make this little kid who's a femboy get popular during the the pageant. It's herself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to like stand out. So like she's trying to stand out by helping this femboy also stand out as well. Yeah. And it's kind of crazy. Like he's doing like so many things here and there that Lola does as well. And it's kind of like, impressive. Like everybody's like cheering for him, even if people might say, oh, it's weird. Oh, why is he, in a pageant, And
it's like, because he loves pageants, deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
All he says 3 words, deal with it.
Yeah, so, I mean, this comic was absolutely just touching, and I think this was actually representing Pride for sure, so I think this is a perfect thing to talk about just because it's Pride Month and everything, so.
Yeah, and I highly recommend that you purchase this if you are a Loud House fan and or a LGBT ally like we are.
Yeah, I was supposed to do this. Hold on for a sec. Where's my little presentation? Sorry. Let's do this. So this is what I was talking about, Loudest and Proudest. So that was the book that we're talking about. Sorry, sometimes you may not see the picture on the screen. That's the reason why we have it on the side as well.
Even the cover art looks beautiful. Not just Luna and Sam playing together, but if you see the spotlight, you see the rainbow spotlight. It tells you, yes, Loudest, Proudest, like screams LGBT.
Yeah. Although there's also one character that we didn't expect to actually see from this comic, and it is it is this character. First off, do you remember this character?
I don't. I actually don't remember this character until you mentioned to me that.
Oh, so you didn't remember him at all, but he was in an episode of the Casa Grandes.
Him? He? I think you mean
Sorry,
them, such they.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, sorry, this person is sorry, what's his name again? Shit. Oh, Doyle. So his name is Doyle. I don't know if you guys remember them, but Doyle was in an episode of the Casa Grandes where he was in a spinning sign contest with CJ.
Yeah, it's from a show. It's from an episode, ironically called Spin-Off.
Yeah, that's
how ironic of a title is that?
Spin-off, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the comic, they actually did confirm that Doyle is transgender. Oh, sorry, Doyle's non-binary. So now we have to call Doyle they them in the pronouns to say. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually didn't. Not only do I not remember them from that one episode spin-off, I mean, can you really blame me? He appeared in one episode.
He appeared in one episode, and then that was it. But, like, in this episode, they were, like, in such a busy, like, schedule to say. Like, they love 12 is Midnight. They go through skating here and there. So they look like a really great person, and then sometimes they crash whenever it gets too busy for them.
Well, okay, one thing I gotta say this. Why didn't we get an episode with Doyle, Ronnie, and Sid geeking out over 12 minutes together?
Maybe Ronnie and Sid were geeking out on 12 minutes. We just forgot about Doyle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Doyle could have been with them. They could have been 12's Midnight Trio right there.
Yeah, but no, we didn't get anything about it. Also, we didn't get apparently Felix is also here as well. You know, the person who Miguel likes in that one episode.
Oh yes, that one character that he likes in the mall.
Maybe I missed on a comic here, but apparently Felix was also here too.
Yeah, so Miguel originally had a crush on Gavin, but Lenny went with Gavin, so now Miguel crushes on Felix instead.
Yeah, so yeah, there's that. Okay. Oh, I do love the whole Becky Doyle. Oh, sorry,
Becky Dodge.
Becky Dodge.
The chemistry is real.
I know, it's kind of cute.
Yes.
But yeah, that's all we can say about this particular comic to say.
Yeah, so we just want to give a shout out to this lovely character, Luna Loud. This is her moment to shine, especially in this book.
So it is definitely Pride Month. And yeah, they definitely do need the recognition here for sure.
Happy Pride Month, love.
Although, I don't know if you guys been catching up on the graphic novels, but there's been a lot of graphic novels that have been out for the Loud House and the Casa Grandes. They're continuing on. Paper Cuts is still making graphic novels for Loud House and Casa Grandes. So.
There's even some times where the comics are even better than the show in terms of continuity. That's saying something.
Right. I'm just saying, like, they at least are being creative there. And I'm saying, like, okay, why haven't I caught up with these comics? Because they all have, like, interesting stories.
Exactly. So. Stories that could have been made into full-fledged episodes.
Right. So, again, Nickelodeon, I don't know what you're doing, but, you know, this would be great if we actually have these comics into, like, episodes to say.
Exactly. Because there are some episodes that have been kind of meh, and then there are episodes that are really bad, and I'm saying you could have had these as your episodes instead.
Right. So, I don't know what's going on with Nickelodeon Loud House, but we do have more Loud House news to discuss tonight for the month of July. But I do want to give a shout out because it is the end of Pride Month soon, and we have to talk about Loud House and the representation of Pride in a comic book form, which I thought was just really clever for them to do. So, yeah, there you go.
So I just want to say Happy Pride Month to Luna Loud, Happy Pride Month to all the LGBT characters in Loud House, and Happy Pride Month to each and everyone in the LGBT community.
This is the last week for Pride Month, so I think, like, celebrate as much as you can, man.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Rainbows.
Yeah. I'm just repping the rainbows. I don't go to a Pride parade wherever it's going on because, yeah, this is your time to shine, guys.
Yes, it is.
All right. Are you ready to start our little sum up of what's going on in July?
Let's go. July.
Right. So
Pride peak summer.
Right. So the first thing we want to discuss is anime because the new season of anime is coming out in July. Like, new episodes are dropping like everywhere because the new season starts. The summer season of anime starts in July, and the animes that we're going to be focusing on are two of them that we're going to be discussing tonight. And you have heard us talk about this so many times. We will have to talk about panty stocking again.
PSG.
Now, again, this is probably the final time we're going to be discussing panty stocking because next time we're going to be talking about them is probably our first impression.
Oh yeah, that'll be the next time because what else is there to say about the newest panty stocking show that hasn't been said the previous week?
Okay, so I think the one thing we have to discuss is we're not going to be there in Anime Expo to watch it. The people who are going to be there at AX are going to watch panty stocking for the first time. So I know that you're trying to avoid spoilers or something.
I am trying to avoid spoilers. Yeah,
Because I know somebody's probably going to
like,
probably bring it up on Twitter about it.
Like social media, you know for a fact that there are anime fans that are gonna post the shit out of this.
Yeah. So again, the new panty stocking, we have to talk about like where it's gonna get picked up, because we all know that. Well, I don't know if you guys have watched the anime, but then the anime did end in a cliffhanger where Stocking apparently killed everybody. So you're kind of wondering, hey, what happened to Panty? What happened to Brief? What happened to Garter Belt? What happened to, the Scan and Socks folks?
Again, we all know what happened the last time we saw these two. I'll put it even at that.
Yeah. So, but then you've seen the previews, you've seen the trailers and stuff like that. It seems like it's still the chaotic stuff back again.
Are they ever going to address that particular WTF ending or no?
I have no idea. Maybe it's just like a blur in their mind or something. Maybe like Garter Belt says like, maybe does like a whole Men in Black thing and just like erase their memories or something.
Or maybe they'll do a fourth wall breaking joke and just say, ignore what happened. This is not canon. This is from a completely different studio. This is what actually happened. Right?
Well, again, the chaotic things are going to happen again. You'll see Panty become a thing, going for men. I'm not going to say the S word, but yes, there's going to be a lot of that. Stocking's still going to be cute as hell.
And best girl, by the way.
Yeah,
Stocking best girl.
I know best girl. Brief is still going to be a nerd, but to be fair, like when we saw like him back in the first season, is he going to be a nerd? Is he going to be a hot guy? I don't know.
He was dapper at one point.
Yeah, he was, and I love that, by the way. It's like, okay, he's not just the nerd or the what was it? How do you call people that are like mostly at home the whole time?
Neat.
It's not neat. It's hikikomori. Yeah.
Hikikomori, yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of those folks.
Like those that don't touch grass.
I don't think it's a hikikomori. I think because he goes out there and actually helps the girls out sometimes.
He actually touches grass.
Yeah, so he actually does touch grass or something. Scan and Socks are back. Although to be fair, I've seen the trailers, and something tells me like they're actually going to work together or something.
Yes, and not only are they working together, but they're going to be working together against a common enemy that are the Angel Boys.
Yeah, and again, polyurethane and polyester. I don't know about how those two are going to be, but they look like rivals, to say. Again, I don't know who the enemies are, because remember, like, these enemies could be like poop monsters or, devil folks. I don't know. I mean, maybe people were fat. I remember like when Stocking was fat, then apparently like a monster came out of her.
That was one of my favorite episodes, by the way. The one where Stocking got too addicted to sweets and she's trying to exercise.
Yeah.
Dieto.
Yeah, I remember that. But I'm just saying, like, there are probably new monsters out there. They're probably going to be like a brand new stuff. Either way, the chaos of Panty Stocking is back, and I'm in for the hype.
I'm so in for it too. Panty Stocking has always been one of my top favorite animes. It's definitely one of my go-to animes to watch over and over. Never get tired of it.
Yeah. How do you like the animation? Because it just feels like the same animation we saw back when Gainax animated this anime series.
It feels the same, but it's more polished. It's more crisper, more clear. Of course, that's a given fact, given how this is 2025. And then the OG anime back then was 2012. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the animation is going to evolve.
Yeah, and look at it now. It looks cleaner. It's Trigger who's animating it now. And you've seen the record what that Trigger has done. Kill la Kill, Little Witch Academia, Delicious in Dungeon. I'm just saying, like, Trigger's on a roll, and now they're running it with Panty and Stocking, and I think we're going to have a good one here.
Yes, Trigger is one of the best.
So, yeah, we're definitely hyped for Panty and Stocking. Yes, PSG is coming out on... do you have a release date for it? I know
July 2025.
Yeah,
it's just
coming out in
25.
July. It's just we don't have a release date. I know it's going to be on Amazon Prime, but...
And it's going to be... They're going to announce the actual release date, like the actual date, on Anime Expo. Just watch.
Oh, man. Well, everybody else is watching the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
I hope y'all have fun, but I envy every
I know,
one of you.
Every fan who's currently going to Anime Expo, I envy you too. So.
I'll keep an eye out for PSG AX merchandise, but it's going to be pricey as hell.
Oh, I have a hookup right now for Penny and Stocking stuff.
Tell me more.
Well, my friend... so currently my friend is going to AX, and then I'm going to a Dodger game with Hololive stuff, and we're gonna do a trade. We're like, I told him, buy this and I'll buy you the shirt from the Dodger game.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
Awesome.
I'm just hoping he can get it, because you see how Anime Expo fans go. They go crazy for all the stuff that's out on day one. So
yeah, might as well get on eBay, but we all know it's gonna be scalpers.
Be overpriced as heck. Yeah, that would be overpriced as heck.
Scalpers.
So, I know. All right, but Panty Stocking is coming out July 2025 on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no release date. I'm kind of wondering about that. Next anime we want to talk about is Dan Dan Dan. Yes. Okay, here's the thing. That's not the anime theme song anymore. It's a new opening now for Dan Dan Dan.
It's a new opening, and while it kicks so much ass, I'm gonna miss the old opening.
I mean, Otonoke.
Otonoke, Otonoke screamed Dan Dan Dan. It was basically the anthem of Dan Dan Dan.
Yeah, it was. Creepy Nuts, and that band is just awesome. I mean, they have made the Mashal opening, they made the Dan Dan opening, and they're starting to get really good here. So
I'm hoping for a Creepy Nuts concert somewhere in our area.
I'm just hoping it's gonna be in the States, but yeah. They did the opening to it. Now it's a different band who's doing the opening for Dan Dan Dan. You said you've watched the first 3 episodes because it was in movie theaters, by the way. How do you like the opening?
Oh, the opening was amazing. Like it got you hooked into the second season itself, and from what I've seen in the first 3 episodes, yeah, it looked very promising to start for second season.
Yeah, so it is picking up from the end of the first season where they moved into a brand new house. And then, of course, something happened in the end of the episode where it's like, okay, now what's deep in the house? Ooh, you know?
Yeah. It's sort of like a haunted house in a way.
Yeah.
It's those vibes.
For those that watch the movie, it's not a movie, but it's the first 3 episodes of Dan Dan Dan. You get to see the first 3 episodes of it. I just remember seeing the trailer for it because I didn't see the movie yet. I just remember seeing Okarun and Momo doing a maid cafe thing. I just remember they did like some sort of heart thing, which is pretty cute.
Aww, so cute.
I know, but come on, it's kind of like saying Momo and Okarun are kind of a thing now. Come on.
Yeah. Momo and Okarun always have been a thing. It's been established since episode 1.
Not really.
Well, not really. Like,
no.
But then even with that, even when they hate each other in episode 1, like you could tell because they developed a strong friendship in the first 3 episodes. You have a feeling they might be a thing later on in this series.
Yeah, well, they kind of had to show their love, even the opening kind of shows like they were going to be a thing too.
Yeah.
All I know is that at the moment right now, what I'm seeing from Dan Dan Dan, they are kind of running towards the manga too. I mean, Aira now has her little demon. Same with Okarun with his demon. Now we're going to see Gigi have his, and that was, I think, the movie, I believe, right?
Yeah, Gigi gets a good amount of character development in the second season.
Because I remember him popping up in the end of the first season, and it was just like, oh, you used to be Momo's ex. Oh, no.
By the way, I really like Gigi as a character. He was so enjoyable.
Okay, he's a very funny guy. Like
he's so funny.
You know, that kind of thing.
Like every moment with him is pure gold.
Oh my god. No, I'm starting to like him too, but Dan 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 definitely was an absolute peak anime. Now it has its second season coming out, and so the story continues on. And the first episodes for Dan 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 is about the Evil Eye. And I mean, you already saw the first 3 episodes. Your thoughts on Evil Eye? Who he is? He looks like he's a very evil person.
So my thoughts on Evil Eye is that yes, he is the main antagonist. He is a scary villain. But then you get some insight into this character, and without giving away anything, it makes sense why. You know, he's evil the way he is.
Okay.
I don't leave it at that.
All I know is that I think for those couple episodes, we get to see, like, Momo face off with Evil Eye. I see Okarun face off with Evil Eye. I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer. It was mostly about Evil Eye. But I have a feeling that was mostly the first part of the first season. The first part of the second season. Because I know there's more episodes coming out. There's, again, 12 episodes that are going to be coming out for Dan Dan Dan. And it, again, looks promising. I can't wait for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, as someone who already watched the first 3 episodes, not to brag. Okay, of course I meant to brag.
I just mentioned you did saw the first 3 episodes.
That's maybe not to brag a thing, but yes, you're gonna be in for one hell of a ride.
Yeah. Anything else that you're gonna be excited for Dan 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 season 2?
And what I'm excited for Dan 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 season 2 is even more story arcs to come after the first 3 episodes. Like more episodes focusing on. I want to see even more development on Gigi because Gigi is an endearing character. I'm gonna see more monsters, creatures, and all this stuff that Momo and Okarun are gonna face.
I know Momo and Okarun will be the focus too, but Aira too. I like her as well. She starts to grow onto me now because she used to be a big jerk to Momo and Okarun before, and look what happened after that.
And of course, sexy grandma Psycho.
Okay, but I didn't really see Psycho that much though in the first 3 episodes to say.
I actually want to see a Psycho origin story.
Maybe. Yeah, I would love to see like how she turned out to be like, you know,
a hot grandma.
Hot grandma. Okay, yeah, hot grandma, sure. Also Turbo Granny is also back. He's still the little cat thing, so
Turbo Granny's origins.
Well, no, Turbo Granny's origins already was a dead person.
Already was a dead person, but how did they become
Yeah, but
dead?
then but then she started messing around with Momo and Okura, and then she ended up becoming like one of those little like cat things.
The cat things, yes.
Yeah.
Which is adorable, by the
But
way.
I still like that because like I think she's the comedy relief of the anime, and I love it so far. Like,
Yeah.
Turbo Granny. I'm sorry. Yeah, Turbo Granny's been hilarious. So
And she was the original villain. She was the original antagonist, but then,
there are
she
more
turned to the good
antagonists.
side.
Yeah, there are more antagonists.
But then she turned to the good side.
Yeah. Did he find his balls yet?
Did he find his little, privates?
I said balls. Yes.
And we'll just leave it at that.
So Dandadan Season 2 is coming out on July 3rd on Crunchyroll and Netflix. So it's going to be happening during Anime Expo. So
Yeah, so get yourselves ready for that. Unlike PSG, Dandadan is something we can access during Anime Expo weekend.
Yeah. Did you have your favorite character? I still like Momo a lot. I also like Ira. Like, both of them are great characters.
I would say that my favorite characters are Gigi and Psycho.
Okay, yeah, Psycho, of course. Do you want to cosplay Gigi? I'll play Okarun.
Hey, I'm down for it. I'm down to do Gigi.
We'll have cosplay plans for that later.
Yes.
All right, so these are the animes that we're going to be focusing on in July. But let's like to go ahead and actually go into the movies now. And the movies that we're going to be talking about are the ones that are huge for July. And we're going to start it off with Superman. Superman is obviously the big talk around the movie feed right now. The movie's directed by James Gunn himself, who worked on Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardians of the Galaxy series in Marvel Studios. And we've seen all the trailers and stuff, and the trailers have just continued to hype us up even more and more. So, how excited are you for Superman?
The more I look at Superman, the more I look at the trailers for Superman, the more excited I am for it. Like, everything about this just screams Superman all the way to the core. Like, all the way from Clark Kent's disguise to Superman and Lois Lane's relationship to Lex Luthor. They cast him very well. And then, of course, my favorite character already, Crypto the Super Dog.
Oh, it's a dog, yeah. And also the dog looks like it acts pretty well as well, because, like, he's dragging Superman after trouble.
Yes.
He goes into the Fortress of Solitude or something. Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now, mark my words, he's going to be the best character in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing.
He's a good boy.
Here's the thing about the Superman movie. It's going to restart the DC universe of movies because, to be fair, the movies of DC have all been kind of underwhelming, to say. Most of them have been good, like Wonder Woman, but they're mostly been underwhelming.
Yeah, some of them, like, DCU movies have been mixed. Yeah, there were misses, like, with The Flash, Aquaman, and of course, 2017 version of Justice League. Oh God, don't get me started on that. But then there's been also some incredible hits too. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a masterpiece.
No.
Wonder Woman 2017 also a masterpiece.
That was a masterpiece.
And Wonder Woman 2017 is a masterpiece.
That's what I said. I said that was a masterpiece.
And I agree with that.
Yes.
And also, I'm gonna say this right now. Man of Steel is an incredible movie.
No, that's terrible. I don't know what the heck your judgment is when it comes to Man of Steel, but that was a terrible way to start Superman.
like I will die on the hill that Man of Steel is one of the best DC movies.
You're one of those that actually like the Man of Steel. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of this. No.
Yeah, no, like come at me if you want, but yes.
No.
Man of Steel is awesome, but
just anything Zack Snyder touched when it comes to DC was just all bad. Like, I even say Justice League, Zack Snyder's
Justice League would break the difference. Zack Snyder's Justice League,
terrible.
No, it's 4 hours of epicness.
4 hours of uncut stuff that kind of made it a little bit better, but the movie still ended bad.
No, see, like Zack Snyder fixed what Joss Whedon did. He cleaned up Joss Whedon's mess in terms of taking the direction of the Justice League.
Well, how about, okay, so again, the run for his movie still ended up going bad. I mean, look at Batman vs. Superman. Come on. That was a terrible, terrible movie.
Martha!
Okay, no.
Martha!
Why are you trying to quote lines from that movie? Oh my God.
Yeah. Two superheroes decide to reconcile their differences and work together because their moms are named Martha.
That's so stupid.
It's stupid, but I'm not gonna lie. I was rolling my ass on the floor laughing at that.
That happened like in the middle of the movie, so you're kind of like, okay, I am tired of this shit. I am laughing my ass off because of the comedy that happens in the movie.
Like the Martha scene is one of those scenes that is so. I'm gonna say this, it's so bad, but it's so laughably bad. It's ironically bad.
Look, again, all Zack Snyder. I mean, even DC just had a bad rep of movies. Like Shazam wasn't that great. Black Adam wasn't that great.
Shazam was legitimately lighthearted and funny, but Shazam: Fury of the Gods, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, I was saying again, they kind of did dip, especially with their sequels. Like Aquaman. Aquaman was kind of baddish too. I would say average when it comes to the first one. The second one I never watched, so I kind of like got off of DC and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, that whole timeline from, like, the Batman movies where Christopher Nolan kind of dominated to the Zack Snyder movies to now have all been completely dominated by Marvel. Because, like, you look back at when Zack Snyder started Man of Steel. That's when Marvel started doing, like, Iron Man all the way to, like, the Avengers and stuff. And look at Marvel. They're doing great. Now, Marvel's kind of dipping. DC, this is your time to actually rise, and you just hope Superman becomes really good.
Yeah, and so when I look at this, I think there's a possible chance that Superman might be even better than Man of Steel. Even better than Man of Steel.
I think it will be 100 times better than Man of Steel, okay? You're the one who keeps saying it's good. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, it's below average to me.
It's still going to be that way. Like, I like Man of Steel, but something tells me I'm going to love this movie. Like, well, it really does capture the Superman spirit.
Yeah, well, you have James Gunn, who is a perfect director because he made the Guardians movies.
Yeah, and also, Also, I'm going to say this right now. As someone who has recently watched My Adventures with Superman, it's one of those shows that made me appreciate Superman as a character even more. So that may have contributed to my hype for this movie.
Okay, so maybe that starts it off for you.
Yes. And also, I want James Gunn's DCU to succeed.
I'm really hoping James Gunn is starting off really well. I heard he's going to talk about a new Wonder Woman movie coming out as well. It does think that Gal Gadot will probably not be starring in that anymore, but
yeah, it really does. It really does suck because Gal Gadot was the Wonder Woman.
She's not the evil queen to me. So
oh God, no. See, I'd rather she be Wonder Woman than the evil queen.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, this is probably a good startup for James Gunn. I know that he's also got a lot of other side projects in the wing as well for DC. So we just hope that with James Gunn's new movie presence, that it's going to go well for DC. I also do want to talk about like other characters that were also popping up. I mean, Hawkgirl was there. A couple of the Green Lantern was there. So yeah, they're what? They're gonna make the Justice League already with those two characters already in the movie.
Something tells me that James Gunn is gonna make his own Justice League, universe movie. Kind of like how Joss Whedon did the Avengers. It's gonna be similar to how James Gunn's gonna do with the Justice League.
Yeah, because again, I just wonder how did Hawkgirl come in? How did the Green Lantern also pop up too? Like we've seen the presence in the trailers, so. This is the start of the Justice League, yes.
Watch Commissioner Gordon pop up and he'd be like, I'm here to tell you about the Justice League initiative.
Oh, God. Is he the one who starts Justice League? I don't remember. I thought it was Batman that does it.
It was back in the DCEU, but I'm saying that as a joke, it could be either Batman or Commissioner Gordon. But something tells me that since, Batman is one of the Justice League, someone's got to, help, organize it other than Batman.
Yeah. So I got nothing much to say when it comes to Superman. It is coming out July 11th in theaters. This is one of the hype movies that I can't wait for. And in fact, July has just a lot of hype movies. We'll discuss them more later on right now, but Superman is definitely one of them.
Yes,
for sure.
Absolutely. It is my hype movie of the summer.
All right. So yeah, but let's talk. So DC has their movie pinnacle, their pinnacle movie in the summer with Superman, but Marvel has a couple tricks up their sleeves as well, and they are bringing out Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Okay, so first steps. This is an interesting little concept for Fantastic Four, considering how Fantastic Four has been kind of butchered around Marvel Studios.
Oh yeah, butchered multiple times. Well, okay, one majorly butchered, but the others, well, it depends on how you look at them.
Okay, one of them was terrible, which was the Michael B. Jordan Fantastic Four.
Oh God, Fantastic. Thank God Michael B. Jordan was in much better movies after that.
Yeah, I don't know how he ended up getting that role, but
same with Miles Teller. Miles Teller really peaked with Whiplash.
Even Chris Evans, who was also in the Fantastic Four, like back in the 2000s. Yeah, with Jessica Alba as the Invisible Woman. So.
Yeah, and it depends on how you look at these movies, because they are 2000s Marvel movies, because they were a product of their time. It was during a time where superhero movies were meant to be cheesy in some way.
Yeah. So this time around, I'm actually liking how the cast is. You got Pedro Pascal, who is Mr. Fantastic, and a bunch of, again, I don't know the other actors, I'm so sorry, but the rest of them look promising with Invincible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Thing, all kind of really good reprising the roles of the Fantastic Four.
One key, here's a key fact. So one of the actors from the Bear, which is an amazing show, is actually playing the Thing.
Oh, I actually could have noticed. I actually could have noticed because he's in rock form. So
the cousin from the Bear is playing as the Thing. I found it kind of funny in a way.
Okay. From all the trailers that we've seen so far, it have been promising. I've been liking it so far. I mean, they have to face against Galactus, which is something, you know.
Galactus, who may be an even bigger threat than Thanos himself.
Because he's the eater of all planets. So yes,
yeah, so
probably will be the biggest threat.
Ever since Endgame, I've been wondering when's Galactus going to make his appearance, and lo and behold, we got our answer.
Yeah. And I'm liking the whole theming of the Fantastic Four, considering that it's back in the 60s, to say, or 70s. It kind of reminds me of, like, what happened to Captain America. Remember? First Avenger, we went back to, like, the 60s or something.
Yeah, and I like the direction that they went with this. I like that they went the retro direction, because Fantastic Four, they are Marvel's first family. Like, these four characters were some of Marvel's very first characters in all Marvel comics, right alongside Spider-Man, Captain America, and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Fantastic Four undoubtedly kind of piqued on our little interest there for sure. How they face off against Galactus, we don't know. We know that Galactus is invading New York, and the Fantastic Four is the one that's supposed to save them. I don't see any like new heroes coming in. It's just them, which is going to be a little bit a little bit of a big underdog story that's happening here.
And that's why I'm rooting for Fantastic Four, is that it's its own self-contained story, and plus it's also unique. It never feels like a generic superhero movie like say Brave New World. This is its own thing. This is its own movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Any things you want to bring up for the Fantastic Four movie?
Yes, I just want to say that with regards to this movie, this is what's either going to make or break the future of MCU.
I think we're fine with MCU. I'm not gonna lie, like the Thunderbolts ended up doing a pretty good job to tell us this is how the future is gonna look like for Marvel's next movie, is to say. I mean, they have an Avengers movie coming out in a couple of years.
In terms of 2025 Marvel Studios movies, they tend to be, so you missed with Brave New World, you hit with Thunderbolts. I'm hoping this is a hit. 2 out of 3.
This is definitely a hit, for sure. Either way, like, we're seeing the future of what Avengers are going to look like. So,
I mean, this is Marvel's first family. So Kevin Feige, I trust you will not screw this up. I trust you won't, but we'll wait and see on that. But yes, I am very much hyped for Fantastic Four. I want it to be good.
Yeah, I really want it to be good, and this is my movie that I'm really looking forward to the most in July.
Really?
This is becoming our thing. Pre-show, we were kind of like debating on which is the better movie for the July, DC or Marvel. And I've been kind of a Marvel boy for quite some time, because DC has a big rep to get up with, considering how bad their movies were for many years. So this is where I was like, I'm going to ride with Marvel at the moment. I'm going to ride with Fantastic Four. I'm going to be watching this for sure day one, versus Superman, where I'm like, look, you have a lot to fill, but you look promising. You look promising to finally bring DC out of like its rut that it had, to finally become like the great movies that should be for the DCU.
I'm sorry, sir, but okay, as excited as I am for Fantastic Four, like, I am 10 times more hyped for Superman. Like 10 times more hyped for Superman. The reason being is because, well, obviously, I want James Gunn's DC universe to succeed, starting with Superman, but also along the lines of, I do respect Superman as a character, especially since I've seen My Adventures with Superman and Man of Steel. This is definitely going to be another one of those that is going to increase my respect for the character. And I'm thoroughly interested in how, that movie's going to play out. So Superman all the way for me.
Yeah, so again, I'm going to be riding on Marvel Studios, and I'm hoping that Fantastic Four becomes good. I'm also trying to look into the tie-in of what happens to the Fantastic Four at the end.
Yeah, that is true.
I ain't gonna spoil it, because what happened at the end of Thunderbolts kind of triggered me. So
it kind of did. It kind of gave a little hint, and yeah, I'm wondering what's going to be the future of Fantastic Four after the movie. I think the post-credit scenes are going to show.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. That's the thing. I can't wait for. I'm like, where did they go? You know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're either going to join up with the Avengers or they're going to join up with some other, group of heroes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, Fantastic Four. You got to give it the answer considering what we saw in the Thunderbolts. So.
Or what if they pull a Captain America and go forward in time?
That's looking to be the case, dude.
Yeah, like, Captain America.
So the issue is how did they do it? They didn't freeze. So how did they do it?
They didn't freeze, but whatever the case may be, I think either Fantastic Four may have a time machine on their own in some sort, or
we don't know. I mean, it's still either way. Like, don't be making your conspiracy theories right now.
It's not conspiracy theories; it's more predictions.
Yeah, but either way, I'm just saying, like, nonetheless. Again, I'm just looking forward to what's going to happen at the end of Fantastic Four, considering what we saw in Thunderbolts. So
yeah, absolutely, and we can't wait for both these superhero movies.
Yeah, and also another thing, like, what's the next movie that Marvel's going to bring out? I still need to figure out what they are going to do, because this is probably the end of their This is the end of the movie runs for Marvel Studios for this year. Who knows what's going to happen next year? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for July being the superhero month.
Yeah. We also do have so yeah, that's pretty much it for our little superhero movies, because that's the big story that we're going to talk about for July. There are also another couple movies that are also coming out. We'll explain this for a little bit, but Animal Farm apparently is coming out in July. But I know that it also did come out. The movie did come out in June during Anination. So
yeah, it did, and I didn't expect that there'd be another Animal Farm movie. I'm gonna say this right now. Animal Farm is one of those books that it was required for me to read in high school, but the more I read about it, the more I was invested in it.
Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know how this movie will go. I know that there's a bunch of good stars that are in it, like Woody Harrelson and Seth Rogen are in this movie. They said it's supposed to come out in July, but no confirmed news about that. But it is out via Odyssey, so I don't know if you can be able to watch Animal Farm, but if you can be able to watch it in July, go for it.
Yeah, now, here's the thing. Like, Seth Rogen as Napoleon, I didn't expect it to be cast as Napoleon, because Napoleon is kind of a dark character when you look at.
So he's the evil guy. So he's the evil guy.
He turns evil. He's an evil guy who takes over the farm, like grabs power.
Okay, I don't remember the book, honestly, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, Animal Farm, that comes out in July. I not know about this. Okay, we do have another movie that is also coming out in July, and to be fair, we did talk about the best movies first before this movie, and that is The Smurfs. The Smurfs movie is also coming out in July. What was it? We have our stars. Smurfette is Rihanna. We get to see Papa Smurf. Papa Smurfs get kidnapped, is now in the human world. We get to see these new Smurfs come in, like an international spy Smurfs. What was it? Papa's brother is there. We also get to see, the evil guy has a brother as well. So I'm kind of like wondering what direction are we going with Smurfs here, guys?
Yeah, how do we go from talking about the best with Superman to talking about the worst with this?
Yeah. So I know that Smurfs got picked up from Sony Pictures, considering Sony Pictures kind of butchered Smurfs. Paramount now picked up Smurfs, and they're now doing their version of the movies. What's your thought about that idea? Just the fact that Smurfs is continuing on now with Paramount, not Sony.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this right now. I looked at the Smurfs trailer, and when I saw the Smurfs are going to Paramount instead, I thought that it would change for the better, but no, it actually turned out to be just as bad.
Yeah, I think it turned out to be just as bad, because the thing is, like, okay, so Rihanna, great actress, yes, a great actress, great person to cast as Smurfette.
Great singer. I would say more singer than actress.
Well, she's been an actress. Don't talk about Battleship, but she has been acting also. It's just, now she's a voice cast as, Smurfette, and she has a big role. She's supposed to be the lead character, and usually, like in the Smurfs movies, Smurfette is like one of the main characters, but not the main character. It's mostly like Papa Smurf or Brainy or Angry Smurf, or I don't even know the names of the Smurfs anymore. But
yeah, I never really consumed any Smurfs media, so I don't know much about the Smurfs other than the main characters. But I'm gonna say this right now. Even I was not impressed by
Yeah,
this.
I'm not really liking the fact that like the Smurfs. It's weird because like when I saw the official trailer, you get to see the brother of Gargamel, and I'm like, he had a brother. Wait a minute, I thought Gargamel was the only guy that really liked to, take over the Smurf village.
Nice try, but Gravity Falls did this better.
Yeah, because I'm like, this little brother is like smaller and it looks like he's kind of like, I don't know, dumb. I mean, he has a hunchback too. It kind of tells me like he's that Frankenstein person or something.
And what really bothers me is that it relies so heavily on, hip hop songs, hip hop trends. And even though I've never watched any of the Smurfs, even I'm just like, okay, that is not what Smurfs were like at all.
Because it's all la 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 la.
Yeah, exactly.
A happy song, that thing.
It's that thing.
And they now made a hip hop version of it. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Because,
how does that work?
Yeah, it doesn't feel right because like you get to see Papa Smurf as a DJ, and then you see Smurfette just.
It's there to pander to the kids, nothing more, nothing less.
It is for the kids, so you get to see a lot of kids watch this movie for sure. But like for us who grew up watching the Smurfs when we were like kids, it's like kind of spitting in our generation to say.
It's kind of insulting. Like I think like the purpose of this movie. I think the best thing about this is that it's pretty much a movie you could turn on for the kids when they're watching TV while you do your thing or hang out with your friends.
Well, to be fair, what thing are you gonna do? You're gonna be watching with them.
No, but I'm saying that to keep the kids distracted while we do other things.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Well, what? We're gonna leave your kids in the movie theater?
No. I'm saying like when it comes out on straight to home home media.
But I'm telling you, this is just on theaters right now, so parents are gonna be watching it with their kids. Yeah, but it's not gonna go to streaming until like a couple months later. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, like they have to probably watch it with their kids anyway. And you know what? Families go together, they'll watch the movie together, they'll probably love it and all. But like for us, we're kind of like movie buffs and stuff. I don't find it attracting, honestly. Like
our tastes are higher than this.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, I don't find it attracting, honestly. I know some of you folks are watching us right now are Smurfs fans. I'm not liking how the direction is at the moment when it comes to it. I'm just like, okay, Smurfette is a great character. Are we gonna have humans also be a part of this? Like, I remember the Smurfs movie back in the 2011s.
Yeah, they didn't blend well at all.
Neil Patrick Harris as like blending in with the Smurfs. I'm like, they don't do that in the real. Well, it's Gargamel, yeah.
Even though I like Neil Patrick Harris as an entertainer, like he's too good for a Smurfs movie like that. Like this because the Smurfs did not blend well at all with the live action real world.
I mean, they are gonna have the live action segments too, and I'm like, well, is there gonna be a person that's gonna look at the Smurfs and help them out too, like what they did with the Sony Pictures movies?
Like, okay, just because Sony failed to do it, Paramount doesn't mean that you can fix what Sony failed to do. Paramount, you're doing the exact same thing.
They're kind of doing it, and I'm really hoping it's not like that because I just remember it's all animated, it's all nice, Can't we just keep it like that? It's just, I don't know how this is gonna go, but this is kind of like, I know some of you fans are probably watching it, gonna be watching it. I am turning it off. This is probably one I'll probably miss.
Yeah, that's one I'm skipping
too.
But
it is something from animation, that's why we have to bring it up.
It's something that we're skipping, but I know y'all excited for this. Go ahead and have at it.
Yeah, so Smurfs movie comes out July 18th, a week after Superman.
Yeah.
It's Superman? Oh, no. Yeah, Superman.
Superman!
So, I know we did miss another movie out here. Jurassic World is also coming out as well. You didn't want to bring it up. I don't know why.
Because I don't really have any desire to see Jurassic World, but I know that you and a friend of ours want to see it, so
yeah, she definitely is a huge fan of it. I kind of want to see how this direction goes, considering now we're in a new era of Jurassic World. Because I just remember the end of Dominion, where like the dinosaurs are all over the place now. They're like becoming beasts in our kingdom now, to say.
The first Jurassic World was already enough. They didn't need any more sequels.
Yeah, but look what Jurassic Park did. They did do sequels for Jurassic Park, so.
Like, honestly, the only time where Jurassic anything is necessary is for the theme park ride at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
You don't need new movies. You just need to
I know they're keeping on milking the heck of that franchise too, because like again, that movie's coming out, and to be fair, again, I'm kind of excited for it. I kind of wonder how this happened, where like all the worst dinosaurs are now going to humans. And it also has Scarlett Johansson, who's now the new star of it compared to Chris Pratt. So
Yeah, honestly,
I don't know what they're doing when it comes to the Marvel heroes, but they're now becoming a part of Jurassic Park or something.
are the new cast of characters going to be even worse than the previous Jurassic World trilogy? Probably.
I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it. I'll still want to check it out.
Yeah, no. I've had enough Jurassic World ever since Dominion. Like ever since
Dominion
Dominion,
sucked. Dominion sucked. That I can definitely say that.
and Fallen Kingdom. Like
That's not the third movie or the
Fallen Kingdom is the second movie of the Jurassic World trilogy.
Yeah, that one was also pretty bad. But the third, they need to make a third movie. But yeah, the third movie did kind of suck.
Like after 2 bad Jurassic World movies in a row, I'm just like, I've had enough.
Yeah, but they're doing it again. So Jurassic 4 or Jurassic World 4.
It just isn't the same as the OG Jurassic Park movie. How smart, how intelligent, how breathtaking the first Jurassic Park movie was. Oh, yes, that was classic.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how this will all go now that Scarlett Johansson's a star of it. Who knows? Again, Jurassic World comes out July 2nd. Actually coming out next week. So if you're huge into Jurassic World, check it out yourself. All right, so we're done with the movies. Let's go ahead and go to the TV shows. So let's actually start off on the Disney Channel side with Big City Greens. Big City Greens is having new episodes again coming out in July.
Bingo bango.
So we have our list of episodes that we are looking into. So at the moment right now in the current timeline, what was it? Chip Whistler got defeated by Cricket Green again, and it's pretty much just adventures of the Greens and the Greens in Big City again.
Yeah, they're back to their usual shenanigans, and finally, Cricket can live day to day in peace.
Yeah, so I really hope Chip Whistler doesn't come back or anything like that, but who knows? You've got like 2 evil groups, facing off now.
The Tiger Fangs. I remember
Tiger Fang too. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's many of them now. So we looked through the episodes. Omi, which episodes are you excited for this month, for July's episodes of Big City Greens?
I would say that the episodes that I'm excited for are, it's actually so many to choose from. It's actually, I would say spin-off.
Yeah,
I would say spin-off.
With the AI generated TV shows. I'm pretty sure they might do some AI generated Big City Greens episode. Just watch.
Because I actually want to see Big City Greens parody the hell out of AI, so spin-off for me. What about you?
There's Flex, where the Greens work out in the new gym. Oh no, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Where Cricket Green tries to get buff, or Bill Green tries to get lean, or something.
Big Jim Greens.
Maybe. What else is there? Nick creates a fake scouting troop to trick Cricket and Tilly into raising money for him. Oh, let's get Nick. Is Nick being Nick and all. Short Wait. Cricket tries to find a way to speed up a restaurant Short Wait. Awful. Nancy tries to stop Cricket from breaking all Smalton's weird laws. Well, Smalton's a small town, so weird laws are probably gonna happen. I mean, like, there are 8 new episodes of Big City Greens coming out for the month of July. They all look pretty exciting, but to be fair, this is kind of like a calm period right now for Big City Greens, because who knows if Chip Whistler comes back or if the Tiger Fan group comes back or anything.
I mean, Chip Whistler has been gone for a very long time, ever since Chip Whistler's first defeat. So something tells me he may come back in a season or 2 later.
Yeah, or there could be another new enemy.
I think that we've already had enough of Chip Whistler. We got to put Chip Whistler on the side and focus on the new antagonists. I think the Tiger Fangs can make for Chip's new threat.
I'm thinking Vasquez probably needs some, heads up or something about it now. Yeah. So yeah, new Big City Greens episodes this month. So check it out. It all starts July 2nd as well. So, or July 3rd. Oh no, July 5th. Because it always happens on Saturdays.
Yeah, ranging from July 5th to 12th to 19th to 26th.
Yeah. Other Disney Channel shows that are also having new episodes. Brand new Kif episodes are also happening in July, and also brand new Phineas and Ferb episodes are also happening in July as well.
So once again, we're getting new Disney Channel new episodes in a month. So
so I don't know what's going on, but Big City Greens is just going through all of season 4, because season 5 is supposed to come out real soon as well. So
yeah, Disney Channel is on a roll here. So
yeah, can't wait for it.
Continue to be on the roll.
Big City Greens is going to be looking pretty great again. These are just little small episodes, but every episode has been exciting for Big City Greens. Can't wait to see what new things happen.
Big City Greens has always been a roll, and we can't wait for more of these.
All right. So, yeah. And I also did say new Kif episodes, new Phineas and Ferb episodes. Have you actually seen the new season of Phineas and Ferb yet?
I've seen 1 episode.
How you like it? You like it? It's pretty good.
Like, I do like the spin on this episode, because you would think that it would go the usual, typical Phineas and Ferb plot episode. But no, there's actually a twist to it.
It's because like I think there's more than just Phineas and Ferb knowing what to do today. It's more of like other characters are also doing their side stories too.
I think like ever since the disappearing scene, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That's when the episode took a turn for the better.
Yeah, and I'm liking it. Like they have stories where like again, I can't spoil it for you because you haven't seen the episodes yet, but there have been stories where I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't expect this pair to become a thing, or they and them to be a thing, you know? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, they have all been exciting. So Phineas and Ferb is continuing its peak of what it was back in season 4. So I say we're treating up pretty well for Phineas and Ferb.
I would say I need to see more episodes to determine that's the case, but it's up to a pretty strong start so far.
All right, so yeah, that's all the Disney Channel news that we are going to discuss for July. Now let's go to the Nickelodeon side and actually talk about what's coming out in July for Nickelodeon. And that's the reason why we brought up the Loud House, because they are having new episodes. Yay!
In the Loud House!
Oh my god, new episodes!
In the Loud House, going to Europe.
It's how long? Since January or December?
It's been
November.
Been so
I don't freaking remember.
It's been 84 years.
Oh, okay. Forget you, Titanic. A little bit. But the Loud House Europe road trip arc is happening. It's going to start in July. Yay! Woohoo! Although some people probably already watched it leaked.
I know. I envy each and every single one of you that had legitimate access to it. As for us, we were waiting to see when it was going to be officially.
To be fair, I waited for too long. To be honest, like the other countries have season 9 episodes now. Okay, so it's been forever. Okay,
seriously.
I kind of broke. Honestly.
How is it that we were one of the last to get these?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of broke. I kind of broken off where I'm kind of like, forget the rule that I've done where I'm like, I'll watch it on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon doesn't owe me anything. I might as well just like watch it leaked.
Exactly. If Nickelodeon's not going to get these...
We had like Kara episodes come out like right now. Like, I mean, we get introduced to Kara. Even, we haven't got introduced to Kara on Nickelodeon yet.
If Nickelodeon's not going to give you these episodes, you might as well...
You know, because she just was in a couple episodes. Now she's in a group. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And even then, we've only seen about 2 episodes that Nickelodeon aired in which it had Kara. I'm just like, give us more Kara episodes, Nickelodeon America.
That's just, again, I'm just, pretty uninterested with the fact that they continue to just skip on, skip on Loud House, and they just end up putting more SpongeBob. Like, throughout January through May, it's just been all SpongeBob. Until Wild Pack came in. Now Wild Pack's becoming hype.
Spongelodian.
So, yeah, I know. So yes, July, they were going to bring out the new episodes of the Loud House, and it will start off with the European road trip. Some of you already know these episodes, these 5 episodes that are going to be coming out real soon. But yeah, let's talk about these episodes because all of them look pretty exciting. So let's start off with A Night to Remember, which is the first 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute long episode. It's the first episode where we get to see the Louds travel to London, where Luna receives an invitation to Mick Swagger's lighting ceremony, but gets caught up with a special mission with Lincoln running to a familiar face. I love the fact that we're going to see Luna get to Mick Swagger. That's one side story. You're going to love that for sure.
Yes.
And then the other side story is the fact that this is kind of a continuation from No Time to Spy?
Yeah, because we know who that familiar face is, but we're not going to give anything for you.
Yes, I know. Don't want to give that away. Nonetheless, Lincoln is a spy again. Woo! It's
the return of David Steele.
No Time to Spy Part 2.
It's the return of David Steele, and not only that, this is the perfect episode to bring back David Steele because James Bond is British. He's from Britain.
Yes, yeah, and it makes sense why it's a Britain place. They're going to London out of all places. Yes,
so that's why this was a perfect. This was a perfect place for David Steele to have his episode.
Yeah.
Nick allows David Steele to have
his episode. We're not going to spoil it for you, but to be fair, I'm excited for this one. A 30-minute episode where we get to see, like, Lincoln doing another special mission. Yeah. We get to see Luna, get... I don't know what's going to happen with Luna and Mick Swagger, because, like, who knows? Luna might perform in the Mick Swagger ceremony. Who knows?
Yeah, and I think that Luna and Mick Swagger... I think that since Mick Swagger is having a knighting ceremony. What would he be knighted for? Like, to be like the entertainer for the queen or king or something?
I don't know. But either way, she only got invited, so I don't know. Maybe she might do a special performance for her. Who knows? But yeah, that's the first episode that will come up from these European episodes, and then then it's the road trip begins. So we get to see them in Italy. Where they, in the next episode, None of Your Business, where the Loud's journey to Naples, Italy, to taste the world's best pizza, based by a secretive, legendary chef. And this episode is mostly on the family because it is them eating pizza. And I remember them getting excited. Like, they were, like, bouncing off the walls, like, having these dreams of them in pizza to say.
Yeah, because it's very authentic Italian pizza made from Italy itself. It's not your typical Americanized pizza. No, this is Italy pizza.
I'm wondering how this will all go, because I would imagine that journey becoming a little bit rough for them to find like a reservation for the restaurant to say, and then they like do some things to get a name down there, and then they get the pizza, and then they end up getting like all these weird fantasies of them, eating the pizza.
Yeah, it's pretty much one of those cases where you get a taste, like you, the audience, get a taste for yourself of what Italian pizza really tastes like from the Loud's perspective. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, and I gotta say this. This was going to be real exciting, so I can't wait for this episode for sure.
Same
here.
here.
I mean, I think I'm not gonna say this right now. All these episodes are gonna be exciting for me. I can't wait to watch them.
Absolutely.
Third episode in the road trip, they're gonna go to the Swiss Alps. This time around, though, we're going to see something a little bit interesting for y'all, because Lin Jr. is crushing on a boy. Ooh. But
Really?
Lori and Lindy are trying to help Lin Jr. out. Ooh, this is going to be something.
Hey, Francisco who? Okay, San Francisco.
Look, Lenny missed out on that one guy. I forgot his name. See, I forget his name now. Now we have Gavin and Lenny now.
No, Lenny and Chaz.
Yeah,
Lenny and
Chaz is gone. Chaz is gone now. Now we have
like,
Gavin now.
Where's Lynn and Francisco? Is Francisco not a thing?
I think Francisco's not a thing. He's probably non-existent.
Yeah.
So yes, I've seen this episode already, and I'm kind of like thinking, okay, maybe we could probably do something with Lin Jr. and him, hopefully.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, it is cute to see a tough girl like Lynn embrace her feminine side when she crushes on a boy, because it's a side we rarely see of her.
There's been too many times where Lin Jr. crushes on guys and stuff.
There isn't too many. It's about like once or twice. They even established and singled out that crushes of boys aren't really Lynn's thing. She tries to make it her thing because her friends all have crushes. They're all in relationships. Lynn tries to get in one as well, but she comes to realize it's not her thing. But here though, we get to see her romantic side, her crush side come out.
Well, how long has it been since Singled Out? 4th season, so that was like 4 seasons ago. And now this is 8th season, so it kind of tells me like maybe she's growing up and now she's thinking about crushing on a guy.
It shows how after 4 seasons things can change.
Right, exactly. So yeah, this definitely is huge, and I can't wait to see how this goes. I think I'm also Lori and Lenny also being a part of this too. I'm really happy to see how this all goes down for them.
Lori and Lenny as the crush.
They're all doing
one of the best.
A lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I can't wait for this. Oh, hopefully
it's one of the best things.
Hopefully Lynn Sanity ends up with the guy, and who knows, maybe in future episodes of The Loud House we get to see more of them interacting.
Absolutely,
internationally, just because he's from Switzerland and she's from the United States. So
I actually want to see that boy in Swiss Alps come visit the Loud House.
I really hope so too. I really hope that's the case. The next episode is A Bite of Transylvania, where the Loud's bus gets a flat tire. They're invited to stay in the night of the spooky couple's mysterious castle. This is more of a Lucy episode, honestly, from the way I'm seeing it.
Spooky.
Yeah, because I know it's supposed to be a Loud House family episode, but like there is that moment where Lucy will probably come out and actually say, this is not spooky. It's not for me to do my magic or stuff like that.
No, you could tell that this episode screams Lucy Loud episode. Let's go.
I mean, even the map says Transylvania and there's bats everywhere. I'm like, this is a Lucy episode. But then again, the family's still there trying to, figure out what the heck's going on. But yeah, this one I think is also pretty exciting. Could be a good Lucy episode. Could be a good Family Loud episode. Either way, how are they going to get through Transylvania is one thing.
I can't wait to see what Transylvania has in store for the Louds.
Yeah, so there's that. And then the road trip ends with them in Greece, called Greece is the Word is the last episode. During the Trojan Parthenon, Lincoln puts on a soldier's helmet, which sends him back to ancient Greece, which I was like, oh no.
How does that send to ancient Greece? Unless maybe it's a dream.
Did he get knocked out or something when he wore the helmet?
Maybe it's a dream. I'm
assuming it's a dream. I remember seeing in this episode, there are other characters in this episode too, including mermaids out of all places. So
I'm actually just wondering, is Lincoln going to be Hercules?
I don't know.
And then watch Ronnie Yen turn out to be Megara.
Oh my god! You're bringing up ideas for like artists now.
Ronnie Yen won't say she's in love.
Oh my god! It actually is a thing. Yeah, you're right. Megara and Ronnie Yen are like kind of like the same character. Oh no. No, I mean, I'm excited for this one as well. Again, I'm wondering how that whole thing of the helmet is. But yeah, I've seen them leaked already, and I'm just excited for this one, just because like this is more than Lincoln Loud in this episode. This is a Lincoln episode for sure. But like there's more in this like flashback that Lincoln has that is that you'll be surprised about. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what might be in store with Lincoln in terms of him being in ancient Greece? Rather he be a Greek myth god, or rather he be some sort of society in a Greek village. Whether he be a member of a Greek village or anything like that. I'm just curious to see if Lincoln will face up against a lion.
That probably might be the case. I
Possibly.
don't know. All right. So yes, also 5 episodes will be coming out in July. I think it's mid-July that they're gonna release them all. Which episodes are you excited for?
You already know what I'm excited for.
Okay, Night to Remember, yes.
Night to Remember.
Just because of Luna.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited for Alpining Away because of Lori and Lenny and Lynn Jr. Hopefully Lynn Jr. and that boy do end up together. Let's get the discussion more. Come on, Lynn Jr.
And we'll be squealing along with
Luna, with Lori and Lenny.
We'll be squealing along with Lori and Lenny if that turns out to be the case.
Also, Lori's back, and I can't wait. Lori's back.
Lori is back, yeah.
And of course, Grease is the Word. I think that's also another episode that I'm excited for. We're missing Lincoln episodes. Come on, I missed Lincoln episodes. But yeah, and also, how glad are you the fact that Loud House is back on Nickelodeon?
I am more excited than ever because it's been months since we've seen the Loud House have new episodes, and now they have them again. It's good to see them back. Let's hope that they don't delay us any further.
Really hope they don't make another move and switch it off or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad. That would be like, okay, we're done with Nickelodeon.
Yeah, come on, Nick.
Because you don't want to tease us like that.
You already aired season 9 episodes out in other countries. Give it to us now.
Seriously.
What's wrong with this, guys? Stop making it a SpongeBob freaking channel, let's say.
Seriously.
Either way.
Spongelodeon.
Loud House Europe road trip arc is happening in July. Check your local listings when it'll be coming out in your neighborhood, to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're kind of done with all the animation news except for one piece of news that Omid wants to discuss because this technically results in animation too, and it's a video. We're talking about video games now. The Switch 2 came out last month. A lot of you, including Omid, ended up picking up the Switch 2. One of the biggest games that's coming out is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Omid, how excited are you about this game to say?
Yes, DK. Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong is back, and he's bigger than ever before. Not only that, he's got a new character design. Well, he has his new character design in this game and Mario Kart World, but needless to say, Shigeru Miyamoto's Donkey Kong version is back.
Yeah, again, I'm kind of looking at the whole trailer or the whole direct that happened to it as well. I know they had 30 minutes to pretty much explain Bonanza. This is a different kind of Donkey Kong. It's not like the side-scroller Donkey Kong that we've played in N64 or anything.
Yeah, no, this is actually the first DK 3D platformer we've gotten since Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, so this one is pretty major, actually. The fact that Donkey Kong can just crush through everything. You have a lot of adventures to go around through worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah, it gave me sort of these Wreck-It Ralph sort of vibes.
Kind of does it gives us some Wreck-It Ralph kind of things.
Not just because, not just because Donkey Kong is also partnered up with a little girl Ralph was, but just the way that they like to wreck and crush things.
Yeah, because
in order to get by.
I mean, it's from the way I'm seeing how the controls are. Yeah, you could just crush through everything. Find treasures here and there. It's very adventurous of a mode that they go.
Crush rocks, crush terrains, find gold. It is just amazing.
Yeah, so that's good about Donkey Kong Bonanza. You have the original Donkey Kong version of it back. Yeah, it has a different look, which, I think it's exciting for everybody who's a big fan of Donkey Kong.
Yes.
There also is a new character in the game, and it's a younger version of Pauline.
Which I'm very excited for, because I'm a huge Pauline fan, so this had me very excited. And yeah, I actually didn't think that they would pull off, but yes, it is a young Pauline.
Mm-hmm. And right now she could sing in the game as well, and I think it powers up Donkey Kong or something. Is that her power?
Yeah, so her singing and her enthusiasm is what drives Donkey Kong to be even stronger.
Okay, so that's kind of her specialty. Do you actually find her? Because from the trailer, I see that she's not with him sometimes.
Yeah, so what happens is that he finds her as a rock, and then what happens is that the rock cracks, revealing to be young Pauline. So it might be that Donkey Kong is by himself at first, but then in 10 minutes into the game, you're going to see him finally meet young Pauline.
Okay, so young Pauline will eventually be a part of the game, to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that again, the Donkey Kong game looks cool. It is kind of fun to just like smash stuff around to get through places here and there. The one thing that kind of I'm attracted to is the fact that it is kind of animated really well because it's in 4K. It's supposed to look great, and it does look great, like the graphics and stuff.
Oh yeah, it looks very creative, very well polished, and very expressive.
Yeah, this is also the other thing too is that this isn't the jungle anymore. This is kind of like in a rocky area now.
Exactly, and it shows that Donkey Kong can travel to places outside the jungle. I'll be honest though, when I saw that first shot of Donkey Kong Bonanza back when I was watching the Switch 2 Direct, I honestly thought we were getting Super Mario Odyssey 2 because that's what it felt like to me. It felt like Odyssey, but no, it actually turns out that Donkey Kong has his own 3D platformer game.
Well, they did announce it as a part of their listing of games that is coming out for Switch 2. So
they did, but it was after the Switch 2 Direct, in which it's been revealed that it's going to be one of the games.
Yeah, I know that was definitely one of the games, and now we get to see what the game is going to be about. So yeah.
I do have a theory though. Like since this is inspired by Odyssey and since Pauline's about that age, do you think that this game could be a prequel to Super Mario Odyssey?
I don't know about that, honestly.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is just a theory. I'm not I'm not trying to prove anything or anything like that, but I'm just saying that it's kind of coincidental that this looks like Odyssey, and then it has young Pauline. And
yeah, I don't think it is, honestly. I just wanted to play. I just think it's just a Donkey Kong game with Pauline in it. So
yeah, and you could say that you never expected Donkey Kong and Pauline to team up, but then again, I could argue Donkey Kong and Pauline were together as enemies though. Donkey Kong kidnapped Pauline, and Donkey Kong
Pauline. Yeah, he kidnapped Pauline, and Mario has to be you're the one who controlling Mario to rescue her.
Now technically, Donkey Kong in the original arcade game is technically Cranky Kong, and Mario was known as Jumpman in that game. But still, though, Donkey Kong is called Donkey Kong in that game.
Okay, to be fair, I don't actually know those facts. So you're the one who knows it more. You're a Nintendo freak. So
yeah, I'm saying like you never would have like. There are some casual gamers who probably won't guess this, but yes.
OG like, to be fair, when I played the original Mario Brothers, I was thinking like that was Peach and Donkey Kong and Mario all in that game. So
yeah, you would think that at first, but then when you dive deep into the facts of the game, you come to be in for a surprise.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy, you can understand why he's a Nintendo guy. So,
but yeah, regardless, though, like they're all back, and also. You may wonder to yourselves, where's Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too, because it's mostly all Donkey Kong.
Yeah, you actually do see Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong in some small snippets here and there, so they are confirmed to be part of the game. The question is, how big of a role are they going to play in the game? Hopefully big enough.
Can you play them? Because like you are playing as Donkey Kong for most of the game. Can you play as Diddy Kong? Can you play as Dixie Kong?
Hopefully you can, but chances are that they may be used as side characters, supporting characters. I will say though, I was pleasantly surprised to see also Cranky Kong and Rambi also make a comeback.
Like Cranky, the old Cranky, right?
Old Cranky Kong, and also Rambi the rhino's also in it.
Okay, Rambi. That was from Donkey Kong 64, if I remember.
And you wonder what kind of roles they're gonna play as well. Like, is Donkey Kong going to ride on Rambi like he did in the OG games? Is Cranky Kong still going to give his usual typical advice to Donkey Kong like he did in the OG game? Who knows?
Interesting. Yeah, good to know about that. Again, I don't have a Switch 2, so I won't be able to get the game, but you're getting it right now on day one, aren't you?
I'm getting it day one, baby.
Did you already pre-order it?
I didn't pre-order it, but I'm not going to get the physical version. I'm going to get the digital version instead when it comes out.
It's cheaper. Is that why?
It's cheaper. It's cheaper, more convenient. But
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're definitely more than welcome to come by. I can't wait to show you Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah, we'll probably check it out when we do another episode, say.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the Switch 2 is already out. Donkey Kong Bonanza is coming out July 17th. So if you have a Switch 2, want to play the game, it is going to be out there July 17th. So check your local electronics store. Or local gaming store if you get the game.
So if y'all have a Switch 2 and are fans of Donkey Kong, this game's for you.
All right. I think that's pretty much it for our July announcements. Unless you have anything else to bring up.
Nothing much I want to say, except I'm very excited for July considering it's peak summer, so it's hot season. especially for all these news. We're getting a huge package for July in terms of entertainment.
I think for July, it definitely is definitely a movie thing, just because in July, there's just so many great movies out. I mean, you have the superhero movies that are coming out, plus the Smurfs movie, plus Jurassic World. So I think it's just great to be in the movie theaters now to check out these amazing movies to say.
Not to mention, it's also a great time for cartoons, especially Disney Channel shows, and it's, of course, Loud House fans.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're on a Europe trip with them in the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
And also much more.
Yeah. Also, again, we already mentioned Dandadan and Panty and Stocking as the animes that we're going to be focusing on, but there's a lot more animes that are coming out in the summertime. Please check it out. You can go through Crunchyroll and see their listings of animes that are coming out also. And also, the other streaming services as well, like Amazon Prime, Hulu, and High Dive as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Video welcomes PSG with open arms.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I think that's all we can discuss for today, or...
Yeah, so what do you have in,
I got nothing else. I got nothing else.
I don't have anything else except for what we just talked about, or at least the main highlights of it.
All right, so I guess we're ready to close out our little short video that we got tonight.
Absolutely.
All right, well, hope you guys have a great July. This is all the announcements that we have for July. Just a heads up for next week. We're not going to be meeting up next week. We're going to have our July 4th weekend early, as we are going. Well, I'm going to be out on vacation, and you're probably not going to be here because, I'm not the one running the whole thing. So,
yeah, exactly. Like July 4th, I'm just going to be chilling.
So no, I mean like July 4th week. So sorry. I'm going to be off on vacation on that Wednesday, and we don't plan to do an episode on Thursday, so we're going to skip next week. We're going to be back the week after July 4th weekend for a new episode of the Anination podcast. But until then, make sure you follow us on our social media sites, on Twitter, our Instagram, and our Blue Sky. Right, they're all below on your screen. They're all below on the screen there, so that you can keep getting updated on what's going to be happening when it comes to us and our future episodes of the Anination podcast. Also, follow us on our YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit like on our video as well, so you'll be updated when we'll come out next. We always do new episodes every Wednesday, but we're going to do a new episode on the 9th.
Yeah, so get yourselves ready for July 9th when we come back for our Nation podcast. Yeah.
All right, well, that's pretty much it for us. Thank you very much for checking out the stream. We'll see you guys on the next one.
So have a good day, y'all, and get ready for July.
See you, everybody.
Summer, sun.